Good morning, good afternoon. I hope everyone's doing okay. So, yesterday we were exploring some other stars and stuff and seeing which one was hotter. So, which one was the hottest? Was it that yellowish white one? Was it the sun? Was it Betelgeuse? Or was it Rigel? So, the hottest star was Rigel because remember it goes going from coldest, it's going to be like a reddish brown star. All red stars are like the coolest, coldest stars, even though they're still super hot. And then after that would be orange, and then yellow, and then after yellow we have white, and then blue. Blue is actually the hottest. And when you get older and you get to do these really fun experiments in high school and use Bunsen burners, all this crazy stuff, you're going to see a blue flame and you will see and understand better why these blue stars are so much hotter, why it happens. So, today we are going to, instead of exploring other stars again, this time we're going to explore the planets in our solar system. We're not going to do all of them at once, we're just going to do the first three or four. Sound good? Okay. And then at the end, I'll have a really fun question for you guys to do. All right, so let's get to it. Okay, everyone, this is our space exploration website again. So instead of going from star to star like we did yesterday, today we're staying in our own solar system. So let's go. Let's click on that and we can still kind of zoom out, see everything. Look at all this stuff. Look at all that. You have all these meteors and asteroids go around here. And then we have some planets going over here. We have Pluto, the furthest away, then Neptune, Uranus, Saturn. Then we gotta zoom in a little bit. Then after Saturn, we get Jupiter. And then we go a little bit closer. We have our whole ring of meteors and asteroids that and NASA actually keeps a very, very close eye on. Because we don't want these space rocks hitting our planet. Not one bit. And so right on the inside we have Ceres, then we have Mars, Venus, Earth, and finally we have Mercury right there, super close to the sun. Zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Now we see Mercury nice and big. And if we were to zoom out a little bit, let's see what our solar system looks like when it orbits the sun. I'm gonna fast forward everything here. Look at that. So it normally doesn't go this fast, but this is what it would look like if it did. And if we go a little bit slower, this is more like what it looks like. Can't even tell it's moving, right? Can't even tell it's moving, even though this is still going very fast. Look at the hours down here. Minutes are just zipping by. But you can still see all the planets spinning. See, look at Earth spinning right there. And you have... Where is Mars? Where are you, Mars? Mars. You know what? Let me zoom out. There it is. There's Mars. And Mars is actually spinning too. But it takes Mars a little bit longer to go around the sun than Earth. So if you fast forward, Earth is going around a little bit faster because it's closer to the sun. So the closer a planet is to the sun, like Mercury, it's going to go around a lot faster. So it takes Earth 365 days to go around the sun just once. Mercury, it only takes 88 days. And we're actually going to stop this and we're going to start learning about these planets a little bit. Just the first couple. So we're going to start with the closest to the sun. I'm going to start with Mercury. Alright, there is Mercury. Doesn't look like anything fancy. Kind of actually looks like the moon a little bit, right? Nothing special on it. Because it's so close to the sun, it can't have anything. It's too hot. It's way too hot on this planet for it to grow anything, and it has no atmosphere. So it stays burning hot over here and super duper cold over here. So let's find out about Mercury. So like I said before, it only takes 88 days to go around the sun just once, which is so much faster than Earth. And it's only 3,000 miles long, or wide, going from this side to that side. I know that's a lot of miles, but it's much smaller than Earth is. Much, much smaller. And let's see. The temperature during the day, when the sun is hitting this side, where it's all bright, the temperature is 883 degrees. Whew, that is crazy. That is super duper hot. And on this dark side, right over here where it's all shadowy, the temperature is minus 297 degrees. So it gets so cold, it's colder than the ice cubes in your freezer. That's how cold it is. That is craziness. So over here, it's super duper insanely hot. And over here, it is super duper insanely cold. It's colder than ice cream. It's colder than popsicles, than ice cubes, anything you can think of. It's colder than that. So let's check out the next planet. Okay, next planet's going to be next planet I'm a real big fan of. It's this guy over here, Venus. Venus is a fun planet to learn about, and you're about to find out why. So let's go visit Venus. Okay. So it's a little bit more fun to look at. It's got this fun tan, yellowish surface to it, right? But you're not really going to want to visit this planet, because watch this. The surface temperature is actually hotter than it is on Mercury. 864 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's further away from the sun, which is crazy. Let's go back to Mercury super duper quick. Mercury, how hot were you? I think this might be off a little bit. 883 for Mercury. Venus, it says 864. That's not accurate. So Venus is actually hotter for a couple reasons. Well, first, if we go visit this, so you know how Earth has all this oxygen and air and stuff that we can breathe? Well, this planet doesn't have oxygen. It doesn't have an air you can breathe. It has a whole bunch of carbon dioxide. Most of the air on this planet is all carbon dioxide, and it just holds on to all that heat from the sun. It holds on to all of it, and this is what the surface would look like. So you can see all the carbon dioxide and gases in the air. See, that's what gives it that color. And then if we were to look at the surface, without all those gases and clouds, it's more of like an orange. So, and then, not only does it hold on to all this heat from the sun, because of all the carbon dioxide, it actually rains acid. That is so scary. I would not want to have to be in that. Not one bit. So, this planet is bigger than Mercury. This is 7,500 miles, going from this end right here to this end over here. Let's find out a little bit more about it. Ooh, and it talks about its atmosphere right here. Thick clouds of sulfuric acid and dust reflect most of the sunlight back to space, while carbon dioxide traps the sun's heat inside the atmosphere, causing a runaway greenhouse effect. The atmospheric pressure on the surface of Venus is 92 times greater than Earth. That means you would feel heavier. We wouldn't be strong enough to stand up. That is so crazy. And Venus is one of the brightest objects in our night sky. We can actually see Venus at night all the time. As soon as it gets dark, Venus is like one of the first things you see. It's super bright. It looks like a star, but it's just reflecting all the sun's light. So that is Venus. That is probably to me, it's one of the most fun planets to learn about. Oh, let's take a look at the structure. Look at this. You can take a look at the layers. And they think that there are 4 layers just like Earth. We have a crust, that's solid rock. We have a mantle. We have an outer core and an inner core, just like on Earth. We learned about these. The crust, and then that's the very outside. The mantle is this darker part here. The outer core, which is right here. And then the inner core, which is this ball on the inside. This dot right there. That is the inner core. All right. So now we're going to go to the third planet from the sun. Or if you like to watch older TV shows, the third rock from the sun. If you don't know that show, you need to go ask your parents, say, Mom, Dad, what is third rock from the sun? And have them show you that show. And the third rock from the sun is this planet we live on here. It's Earth. And there is the Earth. We live on it. It's nice. It gets warm, but not too warm. It gets cold, but not too cold. And it has all this oxygen and air for us to breathe, and it can grow plants, and it has liquid water, all these blue oceans and stuff like that. It is the best planet in the solar system for all of those reasons. And if we learn about it, it's 7,000 miles from end to end. Well, almost 7,900. It is usually around 59 degrees Fahrenheit on the surface. So if you take all the temperature of everything around it on the Earth, you would get this temperature. I know, it sounds crazy. So it says, our home world is the densest of the 8 planets in the solar system. It is also the largest of the 4 terrestrial planets. That means the planets that are close enough to the sun to possibly have life. And Earth is that planet. It has life. It has us. It has animals. It has plants. It has stuff. Lots of stuff. And the surface, 71% of the Earth's surface is covered by salt water. The oceans, this blue stuff we see all the time because we live right next to the beach. We're lucky. Not everyone gets to live next to the beach. Earth's outer surface is also divided into several rigid segments, or tectonic plates. That's stuff you'll learn about in a couple of years. Tectonic plates is actually, they're talking about parts of the Earth's crust right here. The land that we live on. They're all part of tectonic plates. And they're pretty cool. You're going to learn a lot about them as you get older, because right now it might be a little bit too confusing. If I told you, you would go, what? What? No way. That is crazy. All right. Now let's just do one more itsy bitsy planet. One more. Mars. This is the planet everyone wants to go visit. Everyone wants to go visit here. So, Mars is a pretty cool planet too. It's orangey red. That's because it has so much iron. When we find iron, like if you were to dig in the dirt and find a chunk of iron, it would be this same color. It would be an orangey red. That's what it usually looks like. And we can see that it's 4,000 miles across, and it's normal. It says its summer temperature is 63 degrees, which is pretty cool. And the winter, so when it's super dark on it, it is minus it's below zero. It's that cold. It's below zero. It's minus 220 degrees Fahrenheit. Super duper cold. And there's another cool thing about Mars that I just learned about. You know how Earth has those ice caps on top? So does Mars. It has ice caps. It has a North Pole. But instead of just being water, it's actually frozen carbon dioxide, which is crazy. I'm actually going to post a video along with this that shows what frozen carbon dioxide is. Your parents probably have heard of it before. We call it dry ice. And if you mix it with water, it makes this really cool fog. And I'll show you guys a video of that too. So they say that this is Earth-like. It is Earth-like. It's about half as big as Earth. There are still many similarities. Mars has a rocky surface and polar ice caps, just like we talked about. The days on Mars are only 40 minutes longer. The axis tilt gives it similar seasons, but their seasons are crazy. I'll talk about that at a different time, because that would be a lot. But now I would really love to know what you think about these planets. So now it's time for a little fun assignment. Now it's time for our questions. First question is, which planet is your favorite? Which one's your favorite? Which one did you enjoy the most? Which one, if you could visit one, which one would you want to visit the most? And I gave you the names of all the planets right here because they can be kind of hard to spell. So first we have Mercury, Venus, Earth, and then we have Mars. So there's the 4 planets' names. So you can make sure you spell them correctly. Now, of course, it's easy to put, what your favorite planet is. Oh, and before I forget, no one-word answers. You can't just sit there and go, Mars. Ha 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 ha. Nope, that's not a full sentence. I need to see a full sentence, so you would say something like, my favorite planet is, and then tell me what it is. It can be any one of those 4. But then the next question is, why is that planet your favorite? Why? Is it because it looked cool? Did it have pretty colors? Was it, I don't know, do you live on it? I want to know. And I gave you like a, kind of like a sentence starter right here. So this first blank, you would put your favorite planet. So for example, I could say, Venus is my favorite because, but then you gotta tell me why it's your favorite. Okay, and you can put any planet we learned about here. You can put Venus, you can put Mars, you can put Earth. You say Earth is my favorite because, why? You would write that after. I need to know why. And of course, as always, you can draw a picture of your favorite planet to go with this. Make it pretty, make it pop, give me some detail. I can't wait to read it all. All right? And I really look forward to seeing what you guys had to say and what you wrote. All right? So I'll talk to you guys later.